Okay, so as usual, I got too much shit going on the table here. There's just crap everywhere. But this was the engine that I put the Cyclone air filter on a while back, and finally got some more parts that I need for that, just some screws and shit. And we'll come back to this one. I am going to tonight uh, switch this one here over to the Cyclone air cleaner, and a viewer was asking for a parts list and everything, and so I'll get that together here. But basically what I want to do is I want to put this engine on the other pump and that pump on the other engine. This one here is a 2-inch high pressure pump from Northern Tool. This is essentially just how I got it. Of course, added the hour meter. But this one here, if you watch my other video that I did about the Cyclone air cleaner on that, I don't remember what number it was. But anyways, Honda does not sell, unfortunately, their electric start engine with a Cyclone air cleaner on it, which I think is really stupid. So I got a electric start engine and then got all the parts that I needed to convert it to the Cyclone air cleaner. And today I actually used it for the first time because when I first got this thing, however many months ago, this engine anyways, I just fired it up and like, oh, cool, it runs, and then shut it down and hadn't used it since. And my my neighbor just dug a new well, and we were trying to flow test it, and then realized that the bottom of the well was starting to fill up with sand and everything. So we took this thing over there and was actually using the pump to suck some of the sand through. And this pump here is a Harbor Freight semi-trash pump, just their normal 2-inch pump. And I bought the entire Harbor Freight pump. It came with the Predator engine on it and everything. And again, that's in one of my other videos about the avgas and all that stuff too. But I don't know, getting scatterbrained here because I want to talk about a number of different things and thinking about more than one thing at a time for me. The fucking smoke starts coming out of my ears. But I bought the Harbor Freight 2-inch pump just the way it comes, like normal with the Predator engine on it. And I was going to use it as like a backup pump for fire suppression and all that kind of stuff. And use that Northern Tool one that I got as the primary. Well, I was, a couple years ago now, I was, I had it out running, just testing it. And at that point, God, I only had, I don't know, maybe 10 hours on the engine or something like that. And the fucking engine started to spit and sputter and run like shit and smoke and everything. And it just scared the fucking daylights out of me. Because, like, I am not going to entrust the well-being of my house to, something that does this with only 10 hours on it. Because, like I said, I want these things mainly for fire suppression in, one of those deals of have it in case you need it and hope you never do sort of thing. And so I wanted to get another Honda engine to put on it, but the pump itself is actually pretty good. It's got a cast iron impeller and stator. I don't know, I guess you'd call it a stator. I'll take that all apart here in a second. But, of course, a Honda engine can fail too, hence why I have two pumps. And, the pump can fail and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, so yeah, anyways, Honda GX200 electric start engine with the Cyclone air cleaner conversion on it. And then Harbor Freight 2-inch semi-trash pump. And like I said, because it has a cast iron impeller and stator, it can deal with some contamination in the water. It's not to say that you should put rocks through it or anything, but it will deal with some shit, and it's got very big, very big voids inside of the pump. The Northern Tool high pressure pump has got very, very small passageways in it, And so it works out great having the two different ones, because this one can deal with some contamination the other one cannot. But this is, high volume, low pressure relatively. And the other one is low volume, high pressure relatively. So it's nice having the two different ones. But we were trying to suck sand out of my neighbor's well, and it actually worked pretty good, but we choked it up one time, and we took it apart just while we were out there doing it. Took it apart, cleaned it out, and then started going again, but then we choked it up with sand again, and we said, okay, fuck it, we got to figure out something else to do here, because this shit ain't working. And so I'm probably going to build a little dredge venturi. I think I have all the bits and pieces that I need for that, and suppose I'll make a video of that and how it works and everything. But just wanted to take this apart here and show you how much shit was inside the pump, because it's pretty incredible what this little pump can deal with. And you can hear how gritty this plug is coming out of here. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. So let me go dump out the water out of here, and I'll show you what we got in the pan here. So, of course, I said, you're not supposed to put rocks through this thing, but we kind of did a little bit there. But it's cool because this pump will take it. Granted, it's not particularly good for it. You'll eventually wear it out if you put this shit through it. But that Northern Tool high pressure pump that I have, it would clog up the impeller because it's got a closed impeller. This shit here would clog up that pump in a heartbeat. This one here has got an open impeller, and I'll take a video of the other one and show you the difference here when we get to that. Oh yeah. Frig and custom. So check out how much shit is in the bottom of that. And this did choke it up. Does that work better? Yeah, I suppose. It's just, normal kind of sand, gravel sort of thing that you would find in the bottom of a well. Obviously, it's a pretty shallow well. Fucking yummy. And, like I say, it's not good for the pump to do that. Obviously passing that kind of debris through it is going to cause wear on it, but it doesn't instantly kill it. It causes wear and everything, but they are designed to take it to some degree. So here's what I would call stator. I don't know what the proper name is for it, but this guy sits like so. You see the little wear mark right there. And so, God, let me see if I can get some more light on this here without blowing out the picture. course, the fucking shadow's right there. Okay. So, the impeller turns, what, that way? Right? I think? Yeah, I think that way. But the impeller turns, and then there's this stator right here, and so it'll create a low pressure in this portion of the pump right here, draws water into it, and then spins it around, and yeah, so it would turn that way. Spins it around and then discharges it out. This pump here, like I said, is a open face impeller. So, you know, you can stick your fingers in here and all that kind of stuff. And then it has the stator go over it, and the clearance in between here and here is really tight. So you don't want to pass too much shit through the pump because it'll start to open up that clearance between the face of the impeller and the stator. But hopefully you get an idea for it here. Well, fuck. That, you know, it almost looks like it's been through a sandblaster, and we did this earlier today, so you can see a little bit of rust starting there. But yeah, anyways, there's no grooves in this. Like, there is visually, but I can kind of catch my fingernail in it a little bit, but even then, I don't know if that's just bad machining or, you know, the abuse that we put it through today. But point being is that, you know, there's still nothing wrong with the pump. Yeah, it needed to be cleaned out. You know, it doesn't like to have all that shit in there, but works just fine. Clean it out, it'll pump water again, no problem. And I think it's really cool that you know, it's just a Harbor Freight pump. You know, you don't have to have all this fancy shit. And whoop, that was the keyway. Okay, let's see where it went. But it's really kind of surprising how well this Harbor Freight pump is built. Like, you can actually see, yeah, there you go. You can see the grooves from the machining. It's, you know, rough machining. And actually right there, the RS, I'm sure somebody would know what that manufacturer is. Obviously Harbor Freight doesn't make this shit themselves. They contract it out. But suffice to say, it's a pretty nice little pump. And hopefully you can get parts for them, you know, contact the manufacturer themselves of the pump. One would hope anyways. But yeah, so you can see here all the dust on the engine. This was only from about an hour's worth of running today. And so on one hand, it's a water pump, so in theory, it shouldn't work in too crazy dusty of an environment. But around here, you know, fuck, you put the pump on the ground and then, you know, you walk around it or something like that and kick the dust up with your boots and everything. So that's why I wanted to put the cyclone air cleaner on there, and figured I'd pop that open real quick and take a little look-see inside of it and just kind of see how it's doing. Because today is the first time that I have run this engine with that cyclone on there. And so we ran it for roughly an hour today, give or take. I don't have an hour meter on this one yet, although that's something that I'll be doing tonight. And God, it actually looks pretty clean. Like I said, we only ran it for an hour or so, but you can see a little bit of debris. Is it on the outside? Oh, I guess it is on the outside. But near as I can tell, it's doing its job. God, yeah, that's actually really clean. And like I said, we only ran it for an hour. It wasn't anything crazy, but yeah, with this setup, get out of the fucking light there. With this setup, this is the pre-cleaner assembly, and you know, shit, if nothing else, having these having this small mesh on here is nice, because nothing larger than that can get in there to begin with. And then it's got the little pre-cleaner bowl on the bottom of it here. And I guess I'll take this apart right quick and see if we can see any evidence of it working. So yeah, there's just this piece separated from here, and shit, don't know that it comes across on video, but almost looks like, so this section here is the dirty air before it's gone through the pre-cleaner, and the inside of this hole here is after the pre-cleaner. And kind of hard to tell on video, but does look to be working at least a little bit, which is cool. You know, it's never going to be perfect, because we just don't live in a perfect world, but something. Anyways, I'll I'll open up the other air cleaner here on the other engine here in a bit, and show you how that one is set up, because it doesn't have anything whatsoever. It's just a big old gaping hole going straight into the air filter, and so there's like blades of grass and dandelion shit on there and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, suppose that's it for right now. And yeah, suppose that's it for right now. I will pull off the rest of this pump housing here and get it swapped onto the other engine, and then we will put the Cyclone parts on the other engine as well.